Hi, I'm Susie Garden, and this is the Ageless and Awesome podcast. I'm an age-defying naturopath and clinical nutritionist, and I'm here to bust myths around women's health and aging so that you can be ageless and awesome in your 40s, 50s, and beyond. The Ageless and Awesome podcast is dedicated to helping women through perimenopause and menopause with great health, a positive mindset, and outrageous confidence. Hit subscribe or follow now, and let's get started. This week I have a really special guest on the podcast, Jane Mow. Jane is a highly sought after personal brand stylist and style coach with a remarkable 16 years of experience in the industry. Her expertise lies in empowering 6- and 7-figure women leaders to elevate their personal style so they can be seen as the go-to experts in their industry. With an impressive background working with clients across the globe, Jane's influence extends beyond borders. Her skillful portfolio includes styling high-level executives, CEOs, keynote speakers, business coaches, lawyers, wealth coaches, interior designers, and property investment strategists, to name just a few. Driven by the relentless passion for helping women align their personal brand with their unique style, Jane has become a true advocate for the transformative power of personal branding through the power of clothing. She's a firm believer that what you wear is your business card, helping women leaders create an image that aligns with their identity so they can show up with confidence and attract the career, business, and life of their dreams. Welcome to the show, Jane.
Oh, thank you so much, Susie. Sorry, that was a mouthful. I should have cut it down.
No, it's great, but I can see your personality coming through in these words and your passion. Like we're in a business group together. That's where we met, and I follow you on Instagram, and I just love the passion you have for making women feel good about themselves. And so I wanted to talk about that today, particularly in the context of when women are going through change such as perimenopause and menopause. But before we get into that, I wanted you to share with the listeners about your journey and how you came to be doing what you're doing now.
Oh, thank you. So Susie and I met at a business group, and we connected straight away, and I love your energy. So I was like, when I heard you were having a podcast, I'm like, yes, I need to get on Susie's podcast. So my journey started 16 years ago. I've been in the industry for quite a bit. I know that seems quite unbelievable when someone stuck it out for that long. It really started, I started in like TV and like styling television presenters back in Auckland, New Zealand, and then sort of graduated to being a fashion editor for Mind Food magazine, traveling the world, doing fashion editorial photo shoots for magazines, the things that you see in spreads like Vogue and stuff like that. And then at that time, I was getting a handful of clients who were seeing my name in these magazines, and they were like, hey, could you come and like tell me what to wear for a job interview, or could you come and tell me what to wear for this client presentation? And then I just had this, like, it was a running pattern of people that were going, can you please tell me what to wear so I can look the part, so I can be more confident in stepping up, right? In being the leader in my space. And then fast forward, being at Mind Food magazine and having sort of that burnout from doing photo shoot after photo shoot, I was like, I think there's a better way of doing life. To get that fulfillment that I, as Susie said, that passion that I have for clothes. And then so I thought, you know what? I'm just going to leave this world where I don't want to work 12 to 14 hours a day, and I want to go serve women and actually make a difference. Because when I was working with real people, not models, I could just see that transformation of what I was delivering and the value that I was adding, and then taking them on a journey. You know, there's a real transformation when you make the connection between your inner self and how you want to show up in the world, and bringing that through what you wear. So just doing that work with these women and seeing their faces, I was like, this could be it. I think
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go down this road and just and just see where it leads. And so that was 2015. We are now
Wow.
2023.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
left my role at Mind Food in 2015. And so it's been just building the brand, getting out there, being on podcasts like this so I can spread the message.
Yeah.
And, because not a lot of people know there's people like me out there in the world who can actually
Exactly.
help them feel better about what they wear. Susie, I've said this over and over and over. It's like clothing is your skin. It's your second skin, right? It's what we
Yeah.
put on our body every day, what we see when we look in the mirror. And it's just another tool in our toolkit to help us sort of walk into the day with confidence and feel good. It's just a
Yes.
tool. And there's
Yes.
other things in your toolkit, right? Like working on your inner self, working on that confidence inside. So yeah, I just provide another
Mm.
arsenal in your belt kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
me.
And it's so powerful. It is really
Yeah.
so powerful. I'll talk a little bit about my experience with a stylist later in the
Yeah.
podcast, but yeah, it's so positive and so powerful. So I wanted to start, let's just get straight into the topic of perimenopause. And you work with a lot of women who are going through perimenopause or have hit menopause. What are the issues that they're telling you about? And maybe there are some that they don't tell you about, but maybe you can see it in the way that they're acting or what they're choosing to wear. So when it comes to personal style.
Right. Yes. So one of the biggest thing is obviously the body changes, right?
Mm,
So
mm,
you are very much in that space where you've put on weight. Your body
mm,
changes. It doesn't feel like you anymore, and you're also going through that mood change season of your life. And
yeah.
not only that, but people around you don't understand who the hell this person is. You've changed,
Mm,
and
yeah.
so and so a lot of women, when they come to me, it's definitely about their body changing, right? So their body
Yeah.
shape has changed. It's no longer that body they had in their 30s or even their 40s, right?
Yeah.
Because not only have they had kids, but there's another season that's now come on. And it's like, who the hell is this person? I never signed up for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so it's very much body shape. And the other bit to that is not being understood by the people around them to how they feel on over their body.
Mm,
Okay, so you might voice out, listen, I feel this way, but there's a misunderstanding from people because they don't get what you're going through of how you feel that way. And sometimes when things are said in the wrong way, you then take it on to mean something else. So a lot
yeah.
of unpacking around that, around conversations that I had around what you're wearing every day at home,
Mm,
right?
mm,
And
mm,
then
mm.
not only that, but your body's also going through these changes. So you're like, hang on a minute, I want to wear this thing, but then I come out of my room and you say this thing and I go back to feeling like shit.
Yeah.
So can someone just help me? So that's where I come in and we unpack through my group program or we unpack one-on-one, but it's just, body changes and the mental,
Yeah.
I would say mindset that they're going
Yeah.
through at that stage. It's
And this is the thing. Like I get a lot of women that come through my clinic that are saying to me, I'm not doing anything different. I'm eating the same, I'm doing the same exercise. I feel the same person, but my body is just taken over. And
yeah,
the impact that has on a woman's self-esteem for a start. And then you have, as part of the transition, the fatigue and the brain fog. There is also the heat, the hot flashes, that kind of thing that, you might get
yeah,
dressed and feel fabulous and then whooshka,
whoosh, yep,
it's just sweat dripping off you. And it's just, it's quite challenging
yes,
to work out what you can wear that's going to feel good and look good when you're in that place. So what kind of things or advice, I guess, do you have for that in particular?
Yeah, so it's really about understanding your body, not just the
Yeah.
shape, but the climate that it's going through, and what fabrics you can wear in that climate, right? Because not like you said, it's you can change within a minute. It's like Melbourne season, right? It's like 4 seasons in one day, right?
Yeah.
So it's about educating yourself around the fabrics that you're wearing and how you're wearing it on your body, and having, you know, someone work with you where you can actually go, okay, what is it that is bothering me? You know, if I'm working from home, like, do I need to be wearing like cotton or something breathable? And can I still show up on Zoom and not look like a hot mess? You know? So
Exactly.
yeah, it's really about figuring out what your style is and adapting that style and what you're choosing to the season that you're going through. Because
Even sorry, keep going.
because once you get through this and you come out on the other end, I mean, Susie would know more about this because I haven't gone through it myself. I've just helped clients. But there will be a point in about 5-6 years down the track where you can actually go, okay, I've sorted out my style. I've gone through that season. I've worn the stuff that was comfortable so that I can still show up. But then now I can experiment more because I've gone through that. Yeah. So yeah, it's really about knowing, like, about your body, like getting to know your body and go, okay, I still want to feel good. I still want to look good. I want to show up. But what is it that I can wear fabric wise? Fabric is so important because breathability when you're going through that stage, no matter your body shape, is like, it is key.
Yeah. And the ability to hide sweat patches is also really key.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. Honestly, YouTube is your best friend.
Yeah, I've had to change some colors because I know that, it's at some point during the day, there's going to be a sweat going on, and I don't want to be there with these big patches visible on my clothing. So yeah, it's one of those things.
Like, what I'm wearing right now could be good for you. But, because it's got room, it's breathable. Maybe not the right fabric. Lots of color, lots of patterns, prints, big prints, things that distract the eye. That's what you want. If you've got a bold color on, right, you're going to see that sweat patch really visibly because it's just bold color and sweat patch. That's it. Yeah. But you've got something else going on, like print wise, the eye doesn't know where to look. So you're kind of camouflaging it. Yeah.
That's a very hot tip. I love that.
Yeah. But the other thing you should do, and let's keep going with the tips, is wearing fabric that I think, well, for me anyway, but not polyester, because polyester will add on the heat because it doesn't breathe. So you want to be looking at things like silk or like light cotton or linen, any natural fiber, because natural fiber always breathes. And then if you're on Zoom, like, have things that are loose, not so tight. And then thinking about honestly, get on Amazon, Google sweat patch for shirts. You will get them on Amazon.
Really?
Yes. It's in my styling kit. You can get it. I use it for photo shoots.
Wow. That is very cool.
Yep.
Another hot tip from Jane.
Another hot tip.
Love it. Yeah. So you talked about working from home. Let's talk about this, because I have to be honest, I'm really guilty of sitting around in sweatpants all day if I'm not seeing clients, or sometimes even if I am. I've done the whole business up the top, relaxation down the bottom, and wearing things that I wouldn't wear if I was seeing the client face to face in the clinic down in Burleigh. and I do really feel that it makes a difference what you wear, but at the same time, I'm a little bit lazy when it comes to it. So Jane, talk me through it. Help me.
Yeah.
Help the listeners
All right,
get
Susie.
motivated to.
All right, Susie. Okay, first of all, we all have those days. I myself have those days.
Oh,
okay.
I'm so relieved.
I'm giving you permission, sister. I am giving you permission to sit there in your track pants. You do you.
So happy.
But okay, schedule in those days. Okay, so maybe it's a Wednesday and a Friday, because Friday, hello, casual Friday, just like
Exactly.
at the office. We want to be, chilled.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the days, you can allow yourself, to like step up. And, even so, if you're doing a meeting, that's even better because you have to show up.
Yeah.
Those other days is really like stepping up and going, yep, no, I am going to dress up. So I tell my body I am going into productive mode today. I'm telling my body I'm going to go extra today.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe even so, if you're putting on that outfit, do yourself a favor, pack up your laptop, go out and work from a cafe, because then you really have to.
And it's worth it.
Yeah, you've made the effort. Now you're going to go outside, right? Because sometimes it's just telling, like the mind's like, well, we're not going anywhere today. Why would we even bother? No one's going to, like you said, I'm not going down to Burley Heads to look at a client. So why? So working from home, if you're in trackies, buy yourself a really cool pair of track pants.
Yeah.
A really cool set, so that it's dressy track pants, not just track pants. It's your working track pants, right? It's elevated. So you're not in like daggy Kmart, no shade to Kmart, but you've invested. You're like, yep, cool. These track pants actually cost me quite a bit because they're my working track pants.
Yeah.
We work in these track pants, right?
Yeah.
So you can still be comfortable, just making sure that it's elevated at a certain point, because you're telling your mind, this is us going into work mode. We're stepping into our working outfit, because all it does, it frames the day for you and goes, yep, just like you were doing your 9-to-5 job and you're going into the office, we're dressed up, we're doing.
It's so true, Jane. And you'll be very pleased to know I recently upgraded to a coated jogger as my track pants. And when I put them on, like I thought to myself, I'm wearing stuff to sit at my desk that if I need to go down to, say, the pet shop and get dog food, I'll get changed, because what I'm wearing is not good enough to do that. I was like, okay, so that's, I gotta step the game up a bit. So I have started more recently to kind of be more
elevate.
And more mindful of that, because it does send the mind messages. Like I talk a lot to women about, because a lot of women in perimenopause have very poor sleep. So I talk about having a sleep routine, because when you do certain things, it tells the mind, okay, now we're getting ready to go to sleep. It actually does help, and the research tells us this. And I'm sure it's the same when we're getting ready for work. If we're putting something on that's just that little bit elevated versus something that's even pajamas, that you're going to be more motivated, more professional, get more done, in a better mindset than if you've got the gym jams on. And
Can I just add to that, Susie?
Yeah.
I had an influx of clients coming in from the back of COVID, right? Because everyone was working from home, and the forms they were filling out was, I don't know how to dress myself anymore.
Yeah.
I've just been stuck in track pants. I don't know how to. It's like they lost themselves in that 2-3 period that we had, where we had to work from home, right?
Yeah.
And so there is your proof that, it almost is like the body goes into this like chilled mode of like, oh, we're in, like, I've talked about this on my Instagram stories, we're in our Lululemon. Lululemon means we have to exercise and we're chilling and we're yogaing. If yogaing is a word. We're like getting one with like self. So how can you expect your body to then shift and go into work mode if you're telling it another story?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
It's kind of, say, confusing, yeah?
Yeah.
If we're in track pants, does that mean that we're Netflixing and popcorn in front of the TV? No. It's like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, but you're trying to work. So, for some people, track pants works for them. For others,
Yeah.
it doesn't. So it's about knowing who you are, right? Where
So
you,
true, Jane. Yeah.
right?
Knowing who
Like,
you are.
yeah, if track pants isn't working for you, make a change. Make a
Mm.
change and see where, even the change of clothing is affecting you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I come back to like, like when I start with clients in my group, whatever, who are you? What is it the season of your life? Where can we sort of twist and turn to make your wardrobe work for you in a way that like brings out the best in you,
Mm.
whether you're
Mm.
showing up for Zoom or sitting at your desk working from home. And we forget like the season that we're in, who we are, like it, it just goes out the
Yeah.
window.
Yeah.
um, and we kind of, we just don't bother with, sort of listening
Yeah.
and being self-aware. So that's, a lot of clients do struggle with that. So
Mm.
yeah,
I like
knowing
that.
who we are, knowing who
Knowing
we
who
are.
you are. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
For sure.
because the people out there who are just like, yes, I'm a freaking go-getter, I can do anything, I can like be in track pants, and I'll be like pumping it out. I'm like, good for you. Like, good for you. You do you. The rest of us, we need extra help.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need extra help.
Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
on the lipstick, put on the earrings. Okay, now I feel good. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. Because it does really, it really is amazing what you wear, like putting on the lipstick, putting on the earrings, how that brings up your confidence, and then wearing something that you feel good in.
100%.
The
And your
same.
energy and that vibration, right? Like I was okay, I'm going on a tangent, but I was down the beach this morning
Yeah.
talking about coming on this podcast. I just went for my walk. I was feeling low. I'm on my second day of my period. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, do I want, like, oh,
Yeah.
how did this happen? Like, I thought I knew what my cycle was. Now I'm going to get on a podcast. But
Exactly.
then as soon as I went, had a shower, put my outfit on, this
Yeah.
is full outfit with
Yeah.
like hair, makeup, I'm like, I am ready. Susie, come at me.
Yes.
What you got?
Yes.
Let's go.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I remember, I'll share my story of having a stylist. We did it at a company that I was with at the time, and I was the state manager, and we felt there were a few people that were in the team that were just not dressing appropriately, and we're trying to work out how we were going to, because things, we tried to have conversations and the message wasn't getting through. So we ended up getting a stylist in as a team activity, which was fantastic, actually. I'd really highly recommend that to anyone listening that's in corporate. Getting a stylist in as a team activity, it was so much fun. We broke up into smaller groups and each went shopping with the stylist with a group. And just learning how to dress for my body shape at the time. I mean, I'm a fairly generous, busted woman, and I was always very, very self-conscious about that. And the stylist was really good in showing me how I could dress my body in a way that made me feel confident. And I would highly recommend it, because it just it really opened my mind, because you do get in a rut. You do start to just shop at the same shops, buy the same sorts of pieces, buy them in four different colors.
Yeah.
And that's it. And
Yeah.
so I would highly recommend it. But do you find that the women that you work with, a lot of them are kind of in that kind of
Yeah.
space where they're,
100%. Oh my gosh, can we just go into that?
Yes,
Can
let's
we
do
just
it.
go into that? Oh my God. Okay, so like you said, your body shape at the time. At the
Yes.
time. So you were shopping at these places for the body shape that you
Yes.
had, right? So
Yes.
you got to understand that as we go through life in different seasons of our life, you change, your taste changes, your body shape changes. That's when you introduce other things into life. It's kind of like, when you cook and you know how to cook, and then
Yes.
you go, okay, I'm just going to freestyle, just like style. I know what works for my body shape. I'm going to go add other shops into my style. Not to say that you can't go into shops that don't look like, well, no, I'm going to reframe that.
Yeah.
This is what people think. They go, oh, but that shop is too young for me. I'm not going to go in. I
Yes.
challenge you to go in there, because my God, have I found some gems in there for clients who are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and they couldn't believe they could wear something like this from this shop here, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
not being dictated by your age when shopping. That's a huge thing. It's like, oh, no, I am now over 50 or 60 or whatever. I therefore should shop at Miller's or Katie's. Like,
Yeah.
no shade to them.
I know. Yeah.
I believe in you. You've got more substance than that. You've got, more taste than that, and more individuality than that. Okay. So challenge yourself to go into these shops. Now, okay, huge disclaimer. Sometimes you walk in these stores and the person that is serving you doesn't quite understand what you're going through, right? Especially when you're going through perimenopause and peak menopause, whatever. But please be patient. Go in with your own research of what you want to wear, and have some references on you, and go, hey, this is the style I want to exude. Do you have any of these sorts of items that could fit my body shape? And then go from there. If you don't communicate visually with someone, how are they meant to understand what you want?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So
exactly.
So have references on you. Again, like you said, that's the season changes. You've gone from your 40s, 50s, 60s, is understanding that season and allowing yourself, giving yourself permission to change. I think is a huge one for a lot of people, because they get stuck in this, I can only wear this thing.
Yeah.
I can only shop this size. Why am I not fitting into that size?
Yeah. They must have changed their sizing guidelines.
Yeah, they must have. So, like, I used to be this size. I can't even. No. It's like, okay, I've even said to clients, I'm going to rip off that tag, cut the tag off. We're going to change it.
Yeah, I know.
Who cares about size? All we want to do is make sure that we fit the garment, fit us, not us fitting the garment. That's it. That is it. Yeah.
Love that. And I love that you talk about age appropriateness, because I have certainly this year, I mean, I'm in my early 50s, and this year I've pulled a few pieces out of my wardrobe and gone, can I still wear this? Like, is this age appropriate? And I hate even using those words, but it does come into my mind.
What is it even like? What does it even mean? Like,
and you know why? It's definitely in my case, it's definitely come from my mum and things that I've heard her say about other women. You know, if we've been out together and she goes, oh, she's a bit old to be wearing that, or that's mutton dressed as lamb, or, all those oldest sort of sayings. So I know that that's where it's come from.
Okay.
And I
Can
know
I just touch on that,
different,
Susie?
but please, yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So I was listening to another podcast, the Confidence Chronicles. Shout out to Erica Kramer, and she put this in a very, very good frame for me. Not only do you have to cull your wardrobe, but you've got to cull your mind.
I do love that.
Yeah. Cull your mind of the BS that's stuck on you from other people that can't see themselves in a positive light. No? And move forward with your own interpretation of what, and give yourself permission. Stop judging other people and go, you know what? Freaking that person there rocking that outfit, I celebrate you. How can I get inspiration from that person and find my own style, right? Like, what is age even? It's just, you look at people like Iris, what's her name again? The beautiful woman. She wears like this, Iris Van Hypen? No. Anyway, Google Iris. She will pop up. She is 100 years old and she looks freaking killer. Like killer.
I think I know who you mean. Yes.
Yeah. I look at her and I'm like, I inspire to be like that when I'm 100 years old. Because I tell you what, she's probably getting so much vibration and energy from all the outfits that she's wearing. It's probably getting her to live longer.
Yeah.
Plus, probably, eating healthy and the rest of it.
Yeah.
but she's
Yeah.
aged gracefully. She hasn't had any work done, but she's celebrate, like she is, you know, exuding that confidence, that creativity, that excitement through there, that energy is coming out through her clothes, and you can just feel it. So yeah, gosh, where were we? But I just
Yes.
encourage
Age
people to
appropriate. Age appropriate is where we were. Yeah.
Yeah. Cull your mind. Cull your mind. If it's not serving you, leave it behind you. And I know that, you know, like you said, the mom, the auntie, the husband, the da-da-da, like they're getting all these preconceived ideas from what they've listened to.
Yeah.
So cull it.
Yeah.
It's not serving you. Get rid of it.
I love that, because it really does come back to women lifting up other women rather than tearing them down. And I'm pretty sure that's where those comments, those negative comments kind of come from, is that older generation era of that. And I think there is a real movement now of women lifting other women. And that's where that comes from, is, you know, look at her rocking that outfit. I love that.
100%. Get on, you know, if anything, stop looking at women on your Instagram feed. If you're on Instagram and you're listening to this podcast, stop looking at women that are younger than you. Look at women who are your age and older, who are absolutely rocking out their style and owning it. Search the hashtag over 50 style or whatever, and it will pop up. Yeah. And these women are just like, no, I'm sorry, but no. I'm getting up every day and I'm freaking owning this. So find inspiration in them. Yeah. Because then you can see yourself in that.
Totally.
You know? Yeah.
Totally. Love that.
But we're full of tips today.
I know. So good. So good. Now I did want to talk about, and I think you mentioned about culling your wardrobe, how to do that, how to update your wardrobe when you have pieces. I have pieces that I love, that I know are probably dated. And I've also just pieces that are in very good condition. Like, and I hang on to stuff. And I know even when I left my corporate job, it took me 10 years to chuck out my suits or to donate my suits. And I'm like, I'm never going to wear these. And in my mind, it's like, well, what if I have to go for a job interview? Or what if I have to go? I'm not going to wear them anyway. They're so old. But it's just, we hang on to these things.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, how do you move? How do I, like, I've literally, I can think of things in my cupboard, my wardrobe right now that I have not worn for probably 3 or 4 years, but I just can't take them off the hanger and throw them in the donation bag. And I don't know why.
Yeah.
What is that about?
All right.
Help me.
So this is another unpacking that you need to do, maybe some journaling around it. But really ask yourself, what is at the root of this? Why can't you let go? Is it because you spent so much money on it? Or is it because you're hoping to get back to that size?
Maybe.
Right?
Maybe.
Because more women, well, I wouldn't say that's a bit of a thingy, but a lot of people that I work with would say, I want to go back to that size.
Yes.
Okay, let's be realistic about that. Are we putting a time frame on that size? Are we getting back to that size in 12 months? Are we doing it in 3 years, 10 years? What does that look like? When you start doing that, it then becomes very clear that it probably will be unlikely that they're going to be getting back to that size within now or 12 months or 3 or 5 years, right? So it's like, and then I asked the question, even if you did go back to that size, wouldn't you want to reward yourself by going shopping for new things? Because hallelujah, you have like conquered it. Right?
Yeah.
And wouldn't you want to like reward yourself with like new things? Why wouldn't you want to go back to dated things or things of the past?
Absolutely.
I would be celebrating. It's like winning the lottery when you lose that weight. Right?
It's so true. Yeah. And I have a number of clients that are doing that. I've got a lady at the moment she's nearly 60 and she's just lost 23 kilos in 16 weeks.
Wow.
And she has just been on it. And it's because of her body pain and she's looking down the barrel of her future going, this is not looking good. I need to do something now. And she's saying to me, You know, she wants to throw out those old clothes that she was wearing because of the weight that she was carrying, but she's worried about going back to that weight. And so she wants to hang on to those clothes. And at the same time, she's got clothes in her wardrobe that she had held on to for, you know, years and years that she hasn't been able to fit into for years. And there's a lot of women like that. And I know for myself personally, there is that. And there's also, I've actually bought clothes in the past that don't quite fit me at that point with the intention of losing weight, but it's never happened.
Don't ever do that. Whatever you
terrible.
do not ever do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Whether you are whatever weight you are at this time, dress for that body now. Do not wait, because you're not going to go to your grave going, oh shit, I should have bought that. I should have bought that outfit that didn't fit me.
Yeah.
No, you're always going to remember that you actually like live the life that you have now.
Exactly.
You know, so come from that. And then when you do lose the weight, then you go, okay, cool. I've lost this. Time to get rid of that. Like sell it, get that money in and dress for the body now.
Love it.
Right?
Yes.
So it's just like going through stuff in your pantry. I'm like, cool, that's worked in the past. It's expired. It's expired. That's it. It's expired. Let's get rid of it. You know, old like cans of tomato pudding. It's expired. Why are we keeping it? Oh, but I bought it in 2013. It would work in 2023. Not going to do that.
I love that so much.
I just thought of that now. Like I always think, my God, if I died tomorrow, I would look back at my life and go, hell's yeah, I lived. Like, hell's yeah, I lived. I don't want to be, oh, but I could have, but I would have, but oh my gosh, all that money that I spent, who cares?
Exactly.
Who cares? Get rid of it, get money in, go shop for like the body that you have now. You know, in 10 years' time, you lost the weight, go shop for the body that you have then. Who cares?
Yeah.
Live.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. There's one final question I want to ask you, and I think it was on your stories yesterday, Jane, was about glasses.
Oh, yes.
And it's never even crossed my mind about the statement you can make with your glasses. Yes. And I think you had this client and you had gone shopping together and gotten glasses for Zoom. Yes. And glasses, was it for in-person meetings or something? Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit about the specs?
Oh, yes, of course. Yes. Of course. So glasses for me is a big thing, especially, well, I've got glasses and I'm always wearing them, right? And for me, it's that point of like you're drawing the person in, right? You want them to be fully attentive on you the whole time. You've got them hooked. So for me, it's about like putting the right frames on your face that it's lifting your face 24/7. It's kind of like a hack. So even with my client yesterday, I said, you know, we're talking about, you know, face jewelry. So now you don't actually have to wear as much jewelry or makeup or whatever. This becomes the thing that people are drawn to. And it makes a statement when you're walking into a place. So, you know, I think you saw some like colorful pair, and we talked about having, you know, we chose a purple pair, which were really bold because she is wanting to get on stage and do more speaking gigs, right? So really it was about knowing we had a plan of attack going in terms of what her style is and being led by that the whole time we were choosing frames, right? So what is the end goal here? The end goal is to speak at Apple, speak at like Google about nurturing your, what does she do? Nurturing the employees to perform better, being creative with the way you nurture your employees. So one of the things we really were coming back to, okay, so if you were going to walk into Google and you were standing at reception and you were wearing that purple pair of glasses and you told the receptionist that you're here to, you know, you're the creative coach, career alignment coach, creative, would they believe you? And she went, hell yeah. Yeah, they would. Yeah. So, you know, and if we're on Zoom, would they believe you? Yes. So when you're choosing things, it's about going, what is the story that we're trying to tell, right? And how are we telling that through what we're wearing? And eyewear for me is like, whew, if you're wearing eyewear, there's this one missing thing that people don't look at, because it could either, you know, sort of exude that dated look, or it could be like, oh my gosh, this person has some modern ideas. I want to listen more.
Yes.
So I've actually got a before and after photo I'm going to put up today.
I'm going to make sure I go and have a look.
And just show you the difference of how, you know, that transformation, just by switching the eyewear from her old to the new frames. And again, look, the frames that she had was like, even if you had a look at them, you'd be like, there's nothing wrong with them. But the thing is, we've come into 2023. There's more modern things out there. You know, again, she is at that 50 mark. Just by me, you know, by me switching out the frames, we were able to make her look modern, but make her look younger and fresher. And just when she changed her specs, it was like a new person came to life. She saw herself in a different way. She was, you know, funny that was you're bringing this to me, because we were at that point of sale yesterday, and I actually said, okay, what do I do? Do I do this? Do I do this? Do I make the leap? She was so scared. And I said to her, okay, let's go into that feeling of scared. Okay, why are you scared? Like, what's coming up for you? And she said, well, I don't know if I can pull this off. I don't know if I've got the confidence in me. And I said, okay, that's fair, right? That's fair.
Sure.
I've got, you know, when I went for my glasses, as soon as I put them on, I was like, whew, that is a bold statement. I'm here, I'm making a statement, right? But it was because I only had put it on for like 20 seconds, right? My mind is still getting used to like, oh, we've got something new on. I see you.
Yeah.
What would people think? What would that? There's a lot of like, okay, now I'm going to step up and I'm going to definitely be seen. Do I have the guts to be seen? That's what she's saying. It's not, do I have the confidence? It's like, do I have the guts? I was like, of course you have the guts, because you want the in order to step up, you got to actually give yourself permission to have the confidence to build the confidence, because confidence just doesn't land on your lap. You got to build into small steps, because action creates the confidence. And she went, yeah, you're right. Yes. Okay. No, you're right. No more playing small. Let's do this. I need to play big. I want to be seen. I want to get on stage. I want to Exactly. And when you put this on and you're on that stage, by that time, when we get on that stage, your mind would be like, freaking hells yeah, we're wearing the glasses, we're wearing blah, blah, blah. We are on fire. I'm ready for this. Come at me. Right?
Love it so much.
Yeah. So she said to me, you know what? Yeah, you're right. This is the thing that's going to lift me. And sometimes people need the external thing to be worked out before they feel the confidence. And sometimes they need to get the internal stuff figured out before they feel the confidence. Whichever way you approach it, there's no wrong or right way. Just do something. You know? Yeah.
Love this so much. Jane, I could talk to you for another hour.
Oh my goodness. I could
so
just keep going. I'm like, yeah.
So much gold. So much gold.
I am happy to come back anytime. You just call out. I'm like, yes, I'm there, Susie. Let's get the cover.
I will. So good. So good. Thank you so much, Jane, for coming on the podcast today. I've really enjoyed our chat. I know our listeners will be getting a lot out of it. So where can my listeners find you if they want to follow along with your journey, or if they want to work with you?
Yeah. Well, find me on my Instagram page. Instagram is the best place for us to connect. At Jane Mow Stylist is my Instagram handle. I am on DM. I am super approachable. I'm always talking on stories, giving tips. So that's the best way to really sort of look at the work that I do and how I work with women. Yes, I don't do just the surface
Fantastic.
level stuff. I like to unpack
Yeah.
a bit and then sort of guide you in the right direction to who else can help you in whatever stage you're going through. So yeah, that's who I am.
Awesome. Well,
That's
I
where I
will
am.
make sure the links are in the show notes as well so people can
Yeah.
find you. Jane, again, thanks so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. And I
Oh,
look
thank
forward
you.
to releasing this episode and getting it out there.
Thanks, Susie.
Thanks so much for joining me today on the Ageless and Awesome podcast. If you liked today's episode, please make sure you click the little plus button if you're on Apple Podcasts or the follow button if you're on Spotify so that you can get each new episode delivered to you every single week. If you like free stuff, and who doesn't, then head over to susiegarden.com and grab my 8 essential age-defying secrets every woman over 40 should know right now. Or if you'd like to continue the discussion, head over to Instagram and DM me at Susie Garden Wellness. I'd love to connect with you.